Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, August 14th. Looking at the satellite imagery, we have quite a bit of smoke pushing into parts of western Oregon. We have lots of convective debris clouds pushing into the central and eastern portions of the Great Basin. These will be exiting the region later today. Impact map. Some gusty winds on the outer periphery, western Great Basin Sierra front, a little bit down in the south. We have showers, mix of wet and dry, a bit more on the wetter side, starting to exit the region Wednesday. Thursday, another disturbance triggers more widespread showers and thunderstorms and lightning. Mixed wet and dry, but enough lightning that we do have some concerns up in the north. And further south, the winds expand in coverage a bit, and that continues into Friday. As we go look at the past 24 hours, we see widespread precipitation across the eastern Great Basin, some of it locally heavy, lots of lightning through there. And there are some new starts in the lightning, most likely on the western periphery of that band, because further east you go, the wetter things got. You see our stats the past 24 hours, 21 fires, just 3 acres, but almost 10,000 acres growth on existing fires. Of course, we're PL5. Precipitation the last 7 days, you can see how wet it's been across the eastern Great Basin. Areas in yellow, over 2 inches of rain. Green areas, a ½ inch to 1.5 inches, but pretty dry the further west and northwest you go. ERCs reflect this right along the Nevada-Utah border, mostly down below 50% in the percentiles, but the further north you go and further west, a lot more in the 90th and even 95th or 97th percentiles. Now for this afternoon, see this area in black here. This is where there will still be some scattered showers and some isolated thunderstorms that will be exiting. Drier air pushes in. You can see our drier locations on the 7-day. Humidity, single digits down south in Nevada, teens to low to mid 20% range as you go further north, more moist further east. You can see the winds on the left here, pretty gusty right along the Sierra front and in some southern areas. Also off the Uintas and Wasatch, but humidity's there fairly high, and they got some rain. Smoke for this morning. See most of it being produced by the Idaho fires, and later this afternoon they should start cranking again, at least some of the western ones, and producing quite a bit of smoke, but more concentrated, not fanning out in a lot of areas. Now for tomorrow, we have this little weak upper low. This area in green indicates where there could be some lightning, showers, and thunderstorms. We do have high risk for parts of our central Idaho mountains, more specifically the Payette, down into the Boise National Forest, and perhaps the northern Sawtooth for that lightning. Otherwise, we do have fairly breezy conditions across many areas. Our high risk is fairly small, but some of these areas could see some gusty winds. Quite benign along and east of the Utah mountains. See the winds on the left, the orange areas are gusts approaching 30 miles an hour, Sierra front, parts of Nevada and Utah. You see the humidity driest again in the west. Here's the precipitation, quite a mix of wet and dry lightning, a little bit on the wetter side, I think, but it'll be followed by drier air. That's the concern for the high risk. And there's the drier air on Friday, this tannish, reddish shade, big dry air mass, breezy afternoon winds. Strongest winds and low humidity will be down in the south for now, not quite above 30 miles an hour in most of our northern areas, but probably in the mid-20s. And that's usually good enough to get our fires to misbehave. See the stronger winds here on the model here down in the south and a little bit across Idaho. Humidity on the right-hand side, still fairly high humidity, but starting to dry out. 3-day precipitation totals, just mostly in the north with that system. Then on Saturday, this upper low starts to really deepen. See the dry air and the winds in the western Great Basin, but pulling up moisture. More showers and thunderstorms for eastern portions of the Great Basin. And then on Sunday, that dry air and that strong wind penetrates further north. We have high risk for some of our areas that do have existing large fires up in Idaho, as well as parts of western Nevada. And that dry, breezy trend continues Monday and Tuesday across a good portion of the geographic area. 7-day precip totals, a lot of this heavier stuff in Utah comes in later in the period, part of the monsoon breaking off. And the 8 to 14 day shows above normal temperatures for most of the Great Basin. A little bit above normal again, eastern Utah getting moistened up continuously. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.